are 2-0 after those first 5 games. It's a great start to the season. It's exactly where you want to be with the tough start to the schedule.
Great start. Great start. This game kind of played out exactly like I thought it would. They control the game for pretty much its entirety. I mean, I know at one point it was 17-10 in the third, but there was still really no threat. They kept them far enough away. Jaden Daniels didn't get any big splash plays. I thought it was a great performance overall. But, thinking about it, Gabe, I know Micah Parsons is a disruptor, and he makes other players better, but I think they still win these 2 games even if they don't have them, because guys are starting to develop. You're starting to see Tucker Kraft now, what he is capable of. He had his best game as a pro, very effective. So I just, from start to finish, they controlled the whole thing. The crowd was great, and that's huge to play 2 quality opponents like that and walk away 2-0. Great game.
All right, but you bring up Micah Parsons, and I am going to, and you can speak to this more, because when you guys won the Super Bowl, I was 10 years old, right? Like, you guys won the Super Bowl in 1996, I was 10. So I don't think my memories, and they might be even because it was so long ago and I was 10 years old, like I might look at that team differently. And I know you guys had a really good defense, and you have sung the praises, but I'm just going to put that aside, and if you want to talk about it more, you can. I don't know if I've seen a Packers defense be this athletic and this fast. Like, there are times where, because there are some defenses, Chew, where you watch it, and the Packers in my lifetime, again, maybe outside of the 96 team, it has never felt like they've been one of those defenses where you're like, wait, they only have 11 on the field, right? Like, they don't have an illegal amount of people on the field, because there are times where there's just 4 guys around the football bottling up somebody who just caught a short pass or a running back in the flat, and you're going, wait, how do they have that many dudes to the football already? It is a different, and Micah Parsons is a big part of that, because he's a big athletic freak. He's obviously not the only one. Edgerrin Cooper, double-digit tackles once again. Quay Walker, obviously that. Javon Bullard, one of those guys that's developing. Even Lucas Van Ness and Rashawn Gary look a little bit more athletic. So I think adding Micah Parsons to that mix has added, I think, to the overall feel of what this defense looks like. But I don't remember a Packers defense flying around and being as athletic as they've looked against 2 top-tier offenses from a year ago.
No, I mean, that's what a difference maker he is. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, you go back to last year, even though McKinney had a great year, he still wasn't able to really play his game, which is kind of a center fielder, come up, use your instincts, make plays, because the pass rush wasn't great. So he had to play more of the role, okay, I can't let anything over the top, keep everything in front of me, still make great plays. But now you use him like Leroy, where you have a pass rush, so you can gamble with him a little bit, let him trust his instincts, and just everyone plays. You know what you notice, Gabe? Everyone plays better when you have a pass rush. Because it's easier, right?
Yeah.
When you have a D-line that's like, hey, I trust the 4. The 4 can create pressure, and they can be disruptors. It elevates your game because, we were talking, we had a little question and answer yesterday with the ESPN crew from Bristol or New York. Yep. A player like that just makes everybody better. It allows the coaches to take more chances. It allows the offense to take more chances because they have the confidence in the defense if they turn the ball over or run a gadget play or go for it on 4th down and don't make it. You have a defense that's like, don't worry, we got it. We'll stop them. And it's contagious everywhere. It's contagious with coaches. It's contagious with players. And I think that's what you saw last night.
So do you think that's part of the reason why they went for it? Because the opening drive of the game, they get down there, they try to rush up. It's 4th and 2, 4th and 3, or whatever at the 33. So it's a 50-yard field goal in well within McManus's range. First drive of the game. They had a 3rd and 19, got the little flat pass out to Chris Brooks, and he fights his way to get it to be 4th and manageable. They ultimately don't get it. But it's because Lafleur has the confidence in the defense that you were just talking about, Chew. does that lead to that decision of, yeah, let's go no huddle, let's get up to the line, let's see if we can get this first down because our defense hasn't. And by the way, defense did have them forced to 3 and out on the first drive of the game defensively.
Yeah, I think, was that the first drive of the night for him?
Yeah. Yeah, that was the first drive.
There's a chance with last year's team, if it's last year's team, Lafleur may go for it, or he may just take the points. You always want, and they track that, opening drives. How many times do you score on the opening drive? So he may have taken the points, but, when you have that much confidence in your defense, like I said, you're going to take chances like that, and it affords you to do that because defense is pretty darn good, And the offense played great. And I said it yesterday. Anytime you have 400 yards of total offense, that's a hell of a day. That's a hell of a day. In my day, the benchmark was 350. Anything over 350, 370, 380, that's a good day. 400 is a hell of a day. And this was just a great all-around effort. And they're a good team, and they're going to get better because it's still kind of the preseason. Daniels will get better as the season goes along, but to have these first two is huge.
Look, again, we talked about it when that schedule came out of, oh, man, what if they start 0-2? And granted, this was before Micah Mania happened, right? And it's way back, and you're going, oof, couple of tough games. But what was our big question with the Packers last year? Can you beat a good team?
Yeah.
All right, can you beat one of these teams? I think the only I guess the 2 playoff teams they beat last year, they beat the Rams, who weren't quite at full strength, and they beat them, and then they beat the Texans, who won a playoff game over in the AFC, right? So, but against the NFC contenders, lost both times against the Vikings, lost both times against the Lions, lost in the regular season to the Eagles. Obviously, the Eagles end the season. And it was kind of okay, you're a good team, but when you're going up against these teams that are a half click or full click better than you, can you beat them? And now, I don't think that's a question for this year's team, right?
No.
I still think Washington's a good team. There's not much that's changed from this Washington team they added Deebo Samuel, who, again, I don't think he's the best player out there, but they lost their running back from a year ago. Jane Daniels still led them in rushing last year. They went to a 7th-round back. Who cares? They still have a lot of the things they had a year ago. I think Washington's going to be a good team. Detroit has too much talent to be a bad team, even if they're going through coaching staff changes. So while you're trying to figure out what the landscape looks like in the NFL, I still think that these are 2 teams that are going to be competing for playoff berths that the Packers are beating. It's not like they beat the Giants and Saints and they're sitting here at 2-0.
No, but like I said, Washington will probably be there at the end of the year as well. But I see this right now, and I know it's early, and I'm never get too high, never get too low, but it's a two-horse race.
Yes! Go for it, Chewy.
Right? Because we saw the first week against Detroit, and they're going to get better, but there's coaching issues there. When you lose a great coach like Ben Johnson, that's going to affect you. And I look back, when we start having our coaches being cherry-picked, we lose Mooch. We lose Marty Mortonwig. We lose Andy Reid eventually. Those guys are tough to replace, and it does affect the football team. So,
how can it not?
No, of course it's going to. But like I said, you just got to keep pace with everything. And then they're going to go through a part of the season where they're going to scratch their head and be like, okay, we need to just play through this dip because it's going to happen and just continue to get better.
You want to talk about dominance, Chew. Again, I know your favorite thing to do the day after the game is look at not just the individual stats, the team stat sheet, because that's what you guys would always look at, right? The team stat sheet after a game. So let's just run them down. 22 first downs.
That is,
yes?
To 15, yeah. That's a beatdown.
Okay.
That's a beatdown. And you know what that reflects, Gabe? That's going to, I guarantee, and I haven't even looked yet, but I'm sure that's going to affect time of possession.
Yeah, and it does. So third down efficiency, Washington was 5 of 16, and in today's NFL, I think you have to include the fourth down conversions.
Yeah.
So if you go third and fourth down efficiency, Washington was 4 of 19.
That's not good, but the Packers aren't.
Excuse me, 6 of 19. 6 of 19.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not great.
Yeah.
But the
Packers were 5 of 13.
That's got to be a little better. You want to hit. I think the benchmark now is, and even in the day for us, it was. I don't know why it was 39, but it was always 39. Now I think it has to be a little better than that.
Yeah, it's got to be
because so many teams now go for it on fourth down.
Yeah.
So that's one area that's got to be a little bit better.
They actually get for the second straight week they get out the opponent runs more plays, but the Packers got up into the 60s for plays. So last week was kind of weird with the Lions where they only ran 45. Packers get 63, 404 yards to 230. Beat down.
That's a beat down. Yes.
Beat down. Passing 269 yards to 179.
That's not a beat down, but that's a check mark in obviously the Packers stat sheet.
Packers had 4 sacks. Washington had 2.
I think I said they'd have 4.
I think you were right.
I think
you said 4. We ended up being wrong on Micah. We both said Micah would get 1. He only had a half a sack.
Yeah.
Rushing 135 to 51.
That's a beatdown. Anything, and even when I was thinking about that today, the benchmark now is 80 yards, and for them to go well over that.
4.5 yards.
Pretty solid.
4.5 yards per carry, to 2.7 yards per carry.
4 is the benchmark there. You want to at least get the 4. 4.5 is gravy.
Red zone, Packers are 3 of 4. Washington only got in the red zone once. Yes, they scored a touchdown, but they only got in the red zone one time.
Yeah, 3 of 4 is great. That's what you shoot for, 75%.
Here's one of the things they can clean up.
This is, yes.
10 for 77 on penalties.
I don't like that.
Got to clean that up. And then time of possession, 32-26 to 27-34.
Yes, that's what you want. You always want to win time of possession. That's winning it pretty handily.
Yeah, I mean they dominated both these games. Against the Commanders and the Lions. Jason Wilde, he was in the building last night. We get his reaction to the Packers starting the season 2-0 on a Victory Friday. Next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. But first, I got to tell you about our friends at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Clearly, we have trusted here at ESPN Milwaukee, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin for years. And there's clearly a reason why. Because when a customer chooses Pella, one of the most important things to Pella, honoring that trust and commitment. A lot of customers might have apprehensions about inviting somebody out to their home. But when you see the experience and professionalism, you can trust them with bringing your project to life. I did. I welcomed a couple of those people into my house, did a full inspection. Windows were good, but I was really interested in a new front door. We have that new front door on the house. It is spectacular. The professionalism, great. Helping me with all the options that they have, also fantastic. The customer service is exactly what you're looking for. Chewy's always saying, hey, what's happening with customer service? Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin has it. If you order by the end of the month, get 0% interest for up to 5 years. PellaWI.com today. And when you go to Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, tell them that Gabe Neitzel sent you.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Eastbound 94 looking pretty good. The westbound side tightening up from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Northbound 41, you're slowing down from Mayfair Road up to Burleigh. Southbound slowing down from Hampton down to Burleigh. Traffic is brought to you by Tsunami Express Car Wash. Rain or shine, we've got your ride covered with premium washes and free vacuums. Tsunami Express, wash, chill, repeat. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Morning fog. In fact, we have a dense fog advisory until 10. It'll become mostly sunny throughout the rest of the day, a high of 76. Tonight, a chance of showers or storms, mostly cloudy, a low of 63. Weather is brought to you by Avondale Roofing. Raise the roof and your standards with Avondale Roofing, your trusted partner for over 30 years. Remember, they get on top so you don't have to. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S. And they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit LakelandSupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, your siding, your windows, or your bath project during the fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
The dance of sunlight on water.
Shimmering, sparkling, beautiful, hypnotic.
Houses that overlook a gorgeous body of water are the most highly desired houses in the world.
The Bellamare collection of fine jewelry features classic white diamonds, flanked and surrounded by rare and exotic blue diamonds.
Bellamare means beautiful water.
Bellamare, sunlight on water, glimmering and twinkling.
The dance is enticing.
The look is spectacular.
The impact is exciting.
Blue and white diamonds created in the heart of Mother Nature
will dance and sing on the body of a glittering, sparkling woman.
Bellamare. This blue and white beauty of sunlight on water
should be worn on the fingers,
the wrist,
the neck, and the ears
of the woman you love.
The Bellamare collection is available only at Kessler's.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Gabe Neitzel for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You can answer the question.
What's the question?
Can the Packers win without Aaron Jones on Sunday?
Yes. Will you stop? You know what he is? He's like the little devil on the shoulder.
On 94.5 ESPN.
You know how much, winning is just so much fun, Chew? It's just, so much better than losing, especially when you do it twice in a week to start off the season. Oh, winning is fun.
Winning cures everything. Doesn't it?
Oh, and how I see you on the stream, too, pal. It's a great hat.
You like that? Josh, I know Josh likes it. He's jealous. You're a little jealous. You know what was the one thing that was weird to me? And you tell me if I'm wrong, both of you.
Okay.
Jordan Love, tucking it and running, he just seems awkward. He was so upright when that guy hit him. I'm like, what are you doing? Protect yourself or go down.
Well, he didn't even lower his shoulder because he knew he didn't have the first down, so he couldn't go down. So he wanted to pick up the first down, and it worked out because he bounced off that guy and
was it awkward?
5 more yards.
It just looked awkward.
I'm going to look at it like this. It was better than last week.
Yes.
It was I think it's an improvement. And I think if that continues to improve, we're going to be fine.
And I think Lafleur's kind of making a point because he could have pulled up because there was really no one behind him, which he normally would have just pulled up, let it play out, and either throw it away or but his decision to run, I just want him – because I kind of cringed. I'm like, dude, protect yourself a little bit. No?
I mean, typically I would be with you, but again, I think he was just looking to get the first down.
Yes.
And maybe getting the first down wasn't the most important thing in that moment, but when you're able to pull something off like that and you bounce up and you're fine, because then the hit maybe looked worse than it was because he was already going down and the guy just kind of jumped at him. But I think when your quarterback bounces off of a hit like that and gets the first down, it can fire up the rest of the team.
Oh, sure. Yeah. I just want him to protect himself a little more.
Which, again, I understand. Especially after Jaden, Let's just go ahead and talk about it. We're going to effort Jason Wilde. Again, it's a little bit of a different show going on today. We had somebody ask on the Talk and Text line, 800-990-3776, the Carblues Talk and Text line. What happened to the show yesterday? I was bummed from Steve. Sorry, Steve, we weren't on 94.5 yesterday. There were some technical things going on back at the studio. So it just didn't work out yesterday. We're glad to be back today, certainly. And we know, I've seen a lot of the texts. We've had some issues on the stream as well. It's something that is out of our hands, and we have reached out to some technical people to work on. So hang with us, people like Greg, who, again, some commercials are firing randomly on the app. We're working on it with you. Just stick with us on that. But so we'll get to Jason hopefully here eventually throughout the course of the show. Jaden Reed injury just stinks. Sucks. You feel bad for him. But maybe it ends up working out, because I know you have been a big proponent of, hey, if one of these guys goes down, they've got depth at that position. They got a bunch of guys. It's kind of plug and play. Maybe this allows his foot to heal as well. And he can come back in 6 to 8 weeks completely healthy.
I think because there's different degrees of injury to a collarbone. How bad is the break? I know we dealt with this with Rodgers way back when in Minnesota, when it was kind of the same hit where a guy's weight came down on him. I mean, so this right now could be season ending, or it could be a 6 to 8 or an 8 to 12.
So Ian Rappaport of the NFL Network reported earlier this morning, 6 to 8.
6 to 8?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was
surgery?
the report.
No. Surgery? We don't know.
I don't know about surgery. I just know 6 to 8.
They're fine, Gabe, but as long as another player does not go down, especially with Christian Watson going to be out. And I think this puts the Romeo Doubs potential trade, if they were held to sleep.
Yep.
To sleep. So it's okay. Golden's going to have to step up. Joshy, this is the last week I'm going to allow you to do this. Join my camp when it comes to Matthew Golden, who didn't have a catch last night. Taker.
Not his fault. He cooked.
But I told you they would get him involved. He had 2 rushes for 15 yards.
Yeah.
Which is good. So he's going to have to step up. I thought the play of the night, Gabe, the play of the night.
The only thing that they really – what's that?
The play of the night?
Yeah.
Was that catch by Malik Heath.
Holy bleep.
Because if you look at it in real time, I'm like, there's no way he got his feet in.
I thought the same thing. Like, he just got too close to the sideline. Heck of an effort, just couldn't get both feet down. And then on the replay, it's like, holy, he did what? How did he somehow get both feet down?
And Gabe, I'll let you join my club as well, because you've been anti my club, because you want a Justin Jefferson or a Ma St. Brown. If Reed's injury happened to one of them, their season's a little bit in jeopardy. But I said the fact that they have a plethora of receivers, just plug another guy in. Plug another guy. You could even plug Heath in.
You need difference makers, though.
No.
You do. You absolutely do.
I like this offense after 2 weeks.
Yeah. And honestly, if I had the only complaint I could probably think of is the deep ball from Jordan. Like, that continues, and that's been something we've kind of harped on, because it just seemed like he was off on that again last night. Underthrew the one on 4th down to Matthew. Overthrew, so close. Just so close. To hitting that deep ball when when Golden was like outrunning 4 different guys near midfield.
Yeah.
Not that you're going to hit every one of them, but if that was, and that is just the nitpickiest of nitpicky, because he still had a fantastic game. Jordan, 19 of 31, 292, 2 touchdowns, quarterback rating of 113.9. Like, they're still cooking offensively, still getting those explosive plays when it comes to the offense.
But I talked about a little bit about Tucker Kraft earlier. That's what Tucker Kraft doesn't need to do that every week. He doesn't need to do that. But one of the receivers needs to do that every week. And I think they got about 5 guys that have the potential to have 6-8 catches for, 124 and a touchdown. Because next week it's going to be someone different. And that is a tough offense to stop. And I talked about it yesterday. I'd rather have a Swiss Army knife, which I think they have. Last night it was another 2, 4, 6 guys catching balls, as opposed to the big or nice, pretty Rambo knife where you have one guy that has to do it week in and week out. It's tough. That's kind of how like we were in 96. We had one great player on offense, and then we had a bunch of good guys that had the potential to have 7 for, like I said, 124. That's tough to stop.
I just look at it, though, Chew, as teams that have won the Super Bowl recently. Like, I'd have to go back to 2017 in the Eagles. Like, they just have they have a food chain of guys that they trust.
Yeah.
And whether that's last year, the Eagles, and again, the Eagles have multiple applicants, especially when you sprinkle in what Saquon Barkley can do catching the ball. But A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith's a pretty good 1-2 combination. The Chiefs, when they won the Super Bowl 2 years ago, trusted 3 guys to get the football. Travis Kelce, who's a Hall of Famer, Rashee Rice, Isaiah Pacheco. Like, there was a clear pecking order of, hey, these are the guys we trust. These are the guys we're going to feed the football because we know they're not going to shy away from the moment. Like, and I would just like to have a pecking order, right? I would just like to go, hey, these are the guys we trust, because you guys still had that pecking order. Like, you guys still had, like, Keith was, I know Brett was the superstar because he was the MVP, but Keith had 10 touchdowns that year. He was a Pro Bowler. You were a Pro Bowler the year before. Like, you guys collectively were still a lot better than what this group is.
Well, yeah, because we were older, more experienced. These guys are still young, and they're still going to make mistakes. I don't know.
Free was in his second year.
Who?
Free.
Yeah, but Robert, what was I, 5th year? Robert was 5th year. Keith was
and
Robert
went
year.
down. You know,
Biebs,
Robert went down.
And then Biebs steps up, who was probably in his 10th year. You know, it's just you weather the storm better when it comes to injuries. As opposed, I mean, Jordy is living proof. When Jordy went down in the preseason in Pittsburgh, everyone kind of had that feeling of, this is over. And it turned out that it was over.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, I know you've got, again,
I know.
Have this narrative in your head.
Yes.
Free had 933 yards receiving that year, Chew.
Yeah.
And he missed 4 games with that broken arm.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not a top-heavy guy.
There is like, a Packers receiver on this team, like, hasn't had anything close to that.
No. But are you concerned next week with Reed gone? Playing Cleveland?
No.
I'm not.
No. And look, I mean, Reed has been someone who has been productive with the opportunities he's been given, been very productive with the opportunities he's been given. They just don't give him that many opportunities compared to some of these other receivers.
No, but he's another toy in the Swiss Army knife, you know. And Wicks had another nice game, 4 grabs for 44, you know. So I just like how this, and I know it's early. Never get too high, never get too low. I just like how they're humming right now a little bit.
Well, so that leads
and they're only going to get better.
I did see a question. I want to see if I can pull it up here on the Carbless Talking text line, 800-990-3776. Jason the Locksmith, I know it's week 2. Is it possible the Packers are peaking too early?
No.
My answer is no.
Not close.
Hey, Joshy.
We figured it out. That offense left a lot on the bone last night, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That game could have been a blowout. Oh, my mic's a little hot here. Sorry, everyone listening. But some of those deep shots, the running game didn't seem particularly special. Like, there is a lot to be done, and Micah Parsons is still playing like 50% of the snaps. We're not close.
Yeah. No. And even they're not peaking out. They're not peaking out. They got a little ways to go before they do. And even if they do, who cares? Because it's so early in the season that you're going to have dips and valleys. They're going to go through a stretch where we're going to start scratching our head and questioning. It just happens. It happens to great teams. It happened to Philly last year. You know, Philly goes into Washington late in the season and loses, and everyone's like, Philly's not as good as you think.
We always use you guys, Chew, as the example, I feel, in 96.
Yeah.
Like, you guys came out like gangbusters. You guys blitzed. You guys blitzed. Who'd you start with that year? Tampa Bay.
We blew them out 33-3.
Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
You beat up on, was it, who was week 2? Philly?
Was it Philly? I don't remember.
Philly on Monday Night Football, or was that 95?
We were pretty dominant.
And then you guys, like, won 42-10 against San Diego.
Yes.
Like you guys just blitzed teams early. You had a bump in the road against Minnesota. You had the rough when you guys were beat up, the back-to-back losses, and then you guys started out really hot, and then you also closed really hot. Like, just because you're playing good football now, all I'm saying about this is, oh, man, are they peaking too early? Just because you play good football now doesn't mean you can't be playing great football later in the season.
No.
That's all I'm going to say.
And let's not forget, they only have 6 more home games.
Yeah. Oh,
and then
gosh.
They got
this
10,
this
and
next
then they
stretch,
got
Chew.
9 on the road? 9 on the road.
9 on the road. So 1 out of the next 5 games is at Lambeau Field.
Yeah. And playing on, you would expect maybe a little dip. And I don't think Cleveland on their best day is good enough to beat this team. But I also said that about the Colts in '97 when they were 2-13 and wound up beating us. God. You don't want to have a letdown. You don't want to give away a game that you are absolutely supposed to win.
This defense against the fossil that is Joe Flacco?
Yeah.
He doesn't have a chance.
I know, but Gabe, it's natural because it's fun. Let me tell you what. It's fun playing on the road. It's fun.
When you're this good.
It's fun playing at home.
Okay.
Playing on the road is not as much fun. But what makes it fun is when you are one of the top 3 teams in the league. Because you know what? Browns fans are going to show up just because they want to see one of the top 3 teams in the league. And then you go to the hotel, and there's 1,000 people at the hotel. And then you come back after this win, and there's 2,000 people at the airport. That is fun, man. That's fun. And that's where this team is at. But they can't just let a game like Cleveland slip away from them.
Yeah.
Impose your will.
Yes, I'm 100% there with you. I can't wait for them to do that. Also need to check in on the Carblos Talking text line. Couple of those I want to get to. Plus, is Lambeau Field becoming the atmosphere we finally want it to? We dive into all those things coming up here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. But I have been telling you about mentality for years now. Because it doesn't matter what age you are. Low testosterone can be an issue for any guy. I've told you the story about me. Started doing the morning show. Used to do the afternoon show. Just thought, I'm kind of tired, groggy. Just don't feel like myself. I just got to get used to this different schedule. Turns out that wasn't it. My testosterone levels were low. I found out because I went to Mentality. You can go to Mentality too. MentalityHealth.com/radio. Book your appointment and go through the process. If your testosterone levels are low, you can then get a customized testosterone treatment plan just for you. Think about it. You can feel just fantastic. Increase strength, shake fatigue, sleep better, lose weight, all with Mentality and their low testosterone treatments. Shouldn't be waiting anymore. Just go to the website, mentalityhealth.com/radio. They can help you like they helped me. Mentality allows treatment to fit into every guy's lifestyle. Find out more at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Things are definitely slowing down a bit. We do have southbound 41 backing up from Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive. We've also got some delays northbound from Mayfair Road up towards Capitol Drive. We do have an issue on Highway 45, that's US 45, in Racine County. Southbound 8 is closed at Highway K because of a crash, so that's something to keep in mind. Back to the freeway system, though, southbound 43, we are seeing some delays heading in from just south of Good Hope Road down past Silver Spring. The northbound side slowing down from before Hampton up towards Silver Spring. And westbound 94 backing up from 25th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Traffic is brought to you by Comfort Awnings. Extend your outdoor space with a retractable awning or screen like I did with my friends at Comfort Awnings. Custom designed to fit your home. Get your free estimate at comfortawnings.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, we have a dense fog advisory until 10 this morning. Otherwise, that morning fog should burn off. It'll become mostly sunny today with a high of 76. Tonight, chance of showers or storms, mostly cloudy, a low of 63. Weather is brought to you by Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more. Easy and affordable apparel personalization with no minimums and fast turnaround. For all your printing needs, bigfrog.com/Mequon. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
This is an ad by BetterHelp. These days, there's advice for everything. Cold plunges, gratitude journals, screen detoxes, you name it. But how do you know what works for you? It's a lot of trial and error, but something that has worked for me for the last 15 years is therapy. With over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform. They've served more than 5 million people globally, and they have a 4.9 rating out of 5 based on 1 million client reviews on the App Store. It's convenient, too. You can join with the click of a button from your home. You can fit it into your busy life, and you can switch therapists at any time if it's not working for you. It's the largest online therapy provider in the world. Unwind from work or whatever stresses life is bringing with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
Two perennial women's college volleyball powers meet Wednesday, September 17th at Pfizer Forum. Be there as Marquette and Wisconsin take the court. The last time they played in 2023, over 17,000 fans attended the match. Make plans now to see these in-state rivals on Wednesday, September 17th, starting at 8 p.m. Limited tickets remain. Don't wait. Go to Ticketmaster.com/Marquette and secure your seats for college volleyball action at Pfizer Forum.
This summer, your wishes take center stage at WishFest at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Play your favorite games with your Potawatomi Rewards card all summer for over $1 million in prizes and earn entries into the WishFest prize drawings on Friday, September 26th. Your entries from July, August, and September all count. Plus, 5 lucky winners will have their ultimate wish granted. Wish big, win big. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
Now through Wednesday, save on 48-ounce selected varieties Stone Ridge ice cream, 2 for $7. 7-ounce selected varieties Banquet pot pies, 5 for $5. 4 to 6 count selected varieties Dannon multi-pack yogurt, 2 for $6. 6 to 12 count selected varieties Ice Mountain spring water, 2 for $5.
I am starving.
Oh no, never walk into a Century when you're hungry.
Unless it's free sample day. Ooh, pizza, yes. I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against Chicago on December 7th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
I'm shopping at Century alone next time.
Enter by November 12th.
Discover Proof Pizza at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. In the heart of Milwaukee's Theater District, this modern pizzeria delivers Neapolitan-style pies, a bold grill menu, and old-school hospitality in a sleek, art-inspired setting. Whether you're craving a quick lunch or a relaxed evening bite, Proof Pizza is your go-to downtown destination. Dine in, unwind, and savor flavor that hits just right. And here's a tip. If you mention Jen Latta, you'll receive 10% off your order. Learn more at stkatearts.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
There's a lot of sodas now that are prebiotic sodas.
They
as
don't
well.
work. They're called poop.
No,
they're really called poop, I think. You buy them on Amazon.
I thought you were going to stop talking.
You got a lot of brust in you. You know that?
On 94.5 ESPN.
Victory Friday, presented as always by our friends at Palermo's Pizza. Again, they've got a taste for every appetite. Just think about Screamin' Sicilian alone. The regular Screamin' Sicilian, thin and crispy, tavern style, Detroit style. Keep an eye out for that. All the great brands in your local grocer's freezer aisle. Palermo's has your game day covered. A couple of texts I want to hit here, Chewy, on the Carbless Talk and Text line, 800-990-3776. From T in Pewaukee, something to chew on. I think he was trying to make a little play there. For your thoughts. His player of the game, Nixon. teams are targeting Keyshawn Nixon. He had 5 key breakups, huge. His pass breakups have to be top 5 after 2 games. That dude is in the running for the Pro Bowl. And again, I think that goes back to having the pass rush that they do. That makes life easier for Nixon, for Hobbs, for Carrington Valentine.
Yeah, no, he played great. Defense as a whole played great. I mean, Washington was really never a threat. They bottled up Daniels for the most part. A mission accomplished. This is how they should play. Nothing stupid, no turnovers. The penalties are a little concerning. The offensive line, which was banged up, I thought overall played pretty well. Mm-hmm. I mean, the penalty on the Reed touchdown and injury was a little disheartening, but I thought overall, the team played very well. Doesn't mean that there aren't things to clean up. We'll do a deeper dive into this thing Monday on all 2022, but overall, I mean, this is right where you want to be at the beginning of the season. Now, you guys never answered my question. Do you think they're still 2-0 if they don't trade for Parsons? I think they are. I mean, it might not be this dominant a win, but they still beat them. There's still more talent on this Green Bay team than Washington, and I think we saw that last night.
I think with Washington, the Detroit game's tougher. Because I think, and the one play I think of, Chew, is the interception that he helped force late in that first half. Because if the Lions, if he's not there to beat Penei Sewell the way he did on the inside, make Jared Goff panic and throw that pass the way that he did, and it was a great play by Evan Williams as well. It was a team effort on that. If Micah's not there to beat Penei Sewell, I don't know. I think they probably still beat Detroit, Chew, but because he's there, I feel like even if they were 2-0, it's not going to be dominant like this. And as Kyle from Slinger points out on the Car Blues Talking text line, that last night on the telecast, they said the last time the Packers started a season allowing only 250 yards or less through 2 games was 1995. That was one of your guys' defenses. I don't feel the way I feel about this team. Even if they beat Detroit and they beat Washington without Micah, it's okay, it's nice. Hey, we're going good. But I probably still feel there are things that have to go their way. With Micah Parsons, I feel right now a lot of sports books have them as the second best Super Bowl odds or second lowest Super Bowl odds. I don't feel Super Bowl or bust without Micah.
Yeah, but take Micah out of the equation. Guys are playing better, and I know we're only 2 games in, but guys are playing better than they did last year, and that's how you grow as a team, right?
But how much of that is Micah?
Your
and
C
the energy
players
the energy that was inserted in, because even when he's not on the field, Chew, right? It's the inverse of what happened to the Brewers when they traded away Hader. The Brewers, the front office just completely miscalculated that. Brewers go in the tank because they're they don't actually think we can win. They just traded away one of our best players. What the bleep's going on here? Whereas they trade for Micah Parsons, and that seemed like to inject an energy into this defense of, they believe in us. We've got to make sure that we are as good as they think we are because of this Micah Parsons trade.
We said last year's team had 2 superstars on it, right?
Yep.
Josh Jacobs and Xavier McKinney.
Correct.
They really haven't done much this year. In 2 good wins over good teams. Mm-hmm. Am I right? So that's what it takes. It takes your C players to play like Bs. It takes your B players to play like As, and it takes your As to play like As. And that's where they're trending right now, guys. You could see them starting to grow. Were there any drops last night?
I don't think so.
I don't think there were any drops. And I tell you what, there were some hell of a catches, too.
There were some really tough catches.
Yes.
What I'm having a hard time figuring out is how much of, Gabe hinted at, the injection of Micah Parsons has those guys elevating their play that maybe they wouldn't have in the same way. The way they're rallying to the ball is when you've watched elite defenses, something I haven't seen happen in Green Bay and who knows how long. But I also think it's hard to then also measure, how much better is LVN? I thought he also had another good game. But does he play as well without Micah Parsons there? I think he's, quantifiably better, and he's making his presence known.
You tell me, Chew. And I don't know if what kind of relationship. I mean, I know you've hinted at it at times. And the Keith thing was weird because you guys traded for him, and then he sat out, and then he finally showed up in '95. And you were, like, on your way to having your first Pro Bowl season in 1995. Like, you broke out in '95 before you even got there. But did Keith, like, inject things into you that just made you more confident as a player? Because I feel that's what's happening with Lucas Van Ness, of Micah Parsons going, like, almost putting his arm around him going, hey, I'm making you better, pal. Let's go on this journey together.
It was different with Keith because Keith came in at the last possible moment to collect his year's salary. So we thought Keith was more of like, I want to get paid and I don't really want to be here. I want to be in Miami. But once Keith got here, he's like, this place isn't as bad as people in Florida say. And like you said early on, winning, Gabe, a lot of times cures everything. And that's what happened there. It's just from the offensive, and we went through this. We went through this when we had the Swiss Army knife when I played. You know that you are only going to get so many times in a game that your number is called. And I mean, you're the number one read. So in your mind, you're better. You thought, and our whole team did. They're like, okay, I'm the number one read. I'm not going to get a lot of these. I got to make it happen. And I think that's what you're seeing here. Like Tucker Kraft, they made it a point to get it to him last night, and he's like, you know what? My time to shine. I'm going to get 5 plays in the game where I'm the number one read. I got to make it happen. Malik Heath, right? Hey, I don't get out there a lot on pass plays, so when I do, I'm balls to the walls, and I'm catching everything. And that's how you become a top 5 offense in this league.
Stacy saying on the Carbos Talking text line, man, this dude Parsons, he has lifted everyone's play. His effect on pressures, has the ball coming out quicker with no time for QBs to survey. Still might be 2-0, but not to this effect. Keep weighing in on this Victory Friday, 800-990-3776. Plus, Lambeau was rocking last night. We continue to dive into that as we roll on here on this Victory Friday. But I want to tell you about Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. When somebody chooses Pella, one of the most important things to them is honoring that trust and commitment. A lot of customers, again, just don't feel comfortable inviting somebody to come into your home, go through the process. Look, they are professional through and through, and they're going to help you out with any questions every step of the way. Pella's vision is to be the company that people want to do business with. Plus, if you order by the end of the month, 0% interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today. And, of course, if you go use Pella Windows and Doors Wisconsin, tell them that Gabe Neitzel sent you.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Transform the way you do business with Fifth Third Bank's Commercial Payments Solutions. Our market expertise and managed services streamline your entire payment process, seamlessly integrating with your existing systems to give you unparalleled control. Discover new revenue sources, save time, reduce operating costs, and boost your bottom line with our customized payment solutions. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
Come catch the final battle of the regular season when the Brewers host the Reds Friday, September 26th through Sunday, September 28th. We're celebrating the best fans in the game on Saturday, the 27th at Fan Appreciation Night, presented by Toyota. Plus, if you're one of the first 30,000 fans through the gates, you'll take home a Brewers tumbler giveaway too, presented by Quick Trip. Come close out the regular season with the crew. Get your seats today at brewers.com/tickets.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on October 2nd, 1993, when the University of California faced a 30-0 halftime deficit to Oregon. Cal went on a remarkable 42-11 run in the second half to capture a 42-41 victory, one of the largest comebacks in college football history.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
This is Joe Budden. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. So I'm here to make sure you don't miss any of the daily fantasy action this football season with Prize Picks, where it's good to be right.
Download the Prize Picks app today and use code PLAYNOW to get $50 in site credits after you play your first $5. That's code PLAYNOW to get $50 in site credits after you play your first $5. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. Must be present in certain states. Visit prizepicks.com for restrictions and details.
Hey, it's Jen Latta, and I just had my walk-in closet redesigned by Closets by Design. Doug and his team in Mequon were amazing, from the first consultation to the final install, and now I have a beautiful, organized space for all of my clothes. They really brought my vision to life. Locally owned with the backing of a trusted national brand, they deliver expert design with a personal touch. Get 40% off plus an extra 15% off, and take advantage of 18-month free financing. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN. And don't forget to tell them Jen from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy sent you.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I just figured if I got the yellow ones from Mexico, I could slip those in without her. Did you know the Viagra in Mexico is yellow?
Had no idea.
Yeah.
Wait, can you just paint it? You just drop it in a little food coloring?
You probably
and call
could,
it
like an egg. I'm going to try that.
Easter has a new meaning in the Chimera household.
On 94.5 ESPN.
For your next big event, Noble Catering has to be your first call. Southeastern Wisconsin's premier craft caterer, preferred by over 30 venues in the area. And coming in the spring of 2026, Noble's new headquarters, Brixton's Turn, a 400-person event venue located in the heart of Bayview's Harbor District. Have beverage needs for that upcoming party? Neat Beverage Catering offers mobile bartending to elevate the event. For all your catering needs for any special event, please go to noblecateringco.com.
Victory Friday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Packers victorious over the Commanders 27-18 last night, holding Jaden Daniels in check. Chew, you mentioned the key of the game. Hey, they got to make sure Jaden Daniels does not go off. The only way that Washington wins this game is if he goes for 80 or so yards rushing. 7 carries, 17 yards. He only throws for 200 yards on 24 of 42. Yes, he has the 2 touchdowns, was also sacked 4 times. I was so, I don't want to say anxious. I was so excited for this game because I wanted to see what this defense did against the different challenge that is Jaden Daniels versus Jared Goff. And they answered in a way that I did not even anticipate. I did not think that they were going to hold Jaden Daniels to just 17 yards rushing. It was incredible the way that they were able to get after him and then cover him up even if he did get past the line of scrimmage.
Well, I thought the defensive line was very disciplined in their pass rush. You know, they had never really allowed him to get out into space and tuck it and run, so Hafley deserves a lot of credit because that was a concern of mine last week. You saw Parsons take that inside move against Penny Sewell and work them a couple times. And we talked about earlier this week, you got to be careful when you're playing against a quarterback like Daniels because he's going to torch you with your feet. So my guess is Hafley worked all week long on lane discipline, keeping him in the pocket for the most part. I'm telling you, Hafley didn't think Daniels would beat him with his arm, but he was probably a lot more concerned about Jaden Daniels' legs because that's when he gets dangerous. So I thought they did a great job of doing it. You know, the linebackers cleaned up very well. Cooper and Walker were your leading tacklers, and that's what you want. You know, that's what those linebackers are there for. And we had fine linebackers when we played. But when the front four can take away most things and draw the attention of the offensive line, it's easy for those linebackers just to go and clean up, and that's what they're paid for. And last night was a great example of it.
Did it not feel like every time Jaden Daniels broke the pocket and evaded whoever was sort of pressuring him, that he ran directly into the teeth of a defender waiting just over the line of scrimmage?
Well, that's the difference, Josh, when you play zone, right?
Yeah.
When you play zone, you don't have to spy. And when you rush 4, there's that extra guy, really. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not really one guy. It's all three of those linebackers are taught once he breaks contain or whatever, one guy comes up. Either way,
there was
you go left
there was
or
the
right.
one play where Javon Bullard ended up making the hit, but the Micah Parsons effect being like, again, because he's such a physical freak, where Micah Parsons is able to break through. And Jane Daniels is like looking over his shoulder to make sure Parsons isn't coming behind him. And by the time he turns around, he's just got Bullard diving at his knees, taking him out. Like, he was just completely unaware that Javon Bullard was coming up to clean his clock because he was so worried about Micah Parsons behind him.
That's just all point of emphasis. That's the difference between. You notice a little difference between Hafley's defense and Joe Barry Carroll's?
No, haven't seen it.
You haven't seen that at all? I mean, when the D quarter makes it a point of emphasis to rally to the ball, and you practice this, and we did back in the day, and I just remember it as plain as day. We ran a period with the defense where everyone had to touch wherever the ball went. So if you're a D lineman, the drill was like, the ball's completed downfield, you got to run. They hated the period, but they understood it, you know, rallying to the ball. And that's the difference. And then, you know what, another thing, there's not a lot of missed tackles.
No.
Where Green Bay over the last handful of years, historically, beginning of the year, were a horrible tackling team.
Except for Quay and Zach Ertz. That one was ugly.
Yeah.
Oops.
But I mean, as a whole, you see Edgerrin
kind of
Cooper.
over-pursued a little bit.
You see Edgerrin Cooper in space.
Yeah.
Against a running back or something. He's getting the guy down.
Bullard, too. I thought his tackling
Bullard,
was
too.
very strong.
I think, is Bullard the most underrated part of this defense? Because he has become the nickel guy. There were questions about him last week, like, well, if they put him on Ross St. Brown in the slot, how is he going to hold up? Oh, Deebo Samuel, how is he going to hold up? Yeah, he had 7 catches for 44 yards for Deebo Samuel. Yeah.
Yeah, he answered the bell, that's for sure.
Yeah, like he continues to answer the bell. And I know we've been impressed through 2 games with some of the growth out of guys like Lucas Van Ness, but I feel like Bullard very quietly is one of those guys that really has taken, through 2 games, a big step from year 1 to year 2.
Bullard or Williams? Williams is kind of playing the same way.
I think both.
Fast, downhill. Yeah, I mean, Bullard, yes. He's, I think, shown, other than the first game he got a little bit torched versus Amaz St. Brown, but he's a capable nickel.
That'll
He's only,
happen.
like I said, he's only going to get better.
Yeah, you're not going to shut out Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like, he's a good guy. He's a pretty good receiver. Gets paid a lot of money.
Yeah.
So if he gets torched one time, I'm fine with it. So much to come in hour 2 of this Victory Friday on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We're hoping to have Jason Willie, hoping to have Craig Karmazin and their reaction, especially because I think Craig went into the game. I want to know what the atmosphere was like inside of Lambeau Field. You can always hit us up in the Cardinals Talking text line. Let us know what it was like inside Lambeau last night as well. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on a Victory Friday continues.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
It's affecting things, yeah, definitely. We've got northbound 43. We had that accident just before you get to Hampton on northbound 43, and you can't see it on the camera. It looks like a whiteout, actually. It's that thick of fog. The right lane is blocked, so they say, on northbound 43, so that's why we're seeing delays coming up from Capitol Drive to that point. Westbound 94, backups from 17th Street to Mitchell Boulevard, and then from just before the county line all the way to Barker Road. Eastbound's got backups from 84th Street, make that 76 through the stadium to 35th. Traffic is brought to you by Morningstar Golfers Club. Tee it up at Morningstar Golfers Club. Championship greens, breathtaking views, and a golf experience you won't forget. Book your tee time today at golfthestar.com. And check out the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. Dense fog advisory until 10. Then eventually that'll burn off and it'll be becoming mostly sunny. A high of 76. Tonight, chance of showers or storms, mostly cloudy, a low of 63. Weather is brought to you by Lake Lawn Resort. Get ready for boating, fishing, and paddleboarding on serene Delavan Lake. Make the most of the season at Lake Lawn Resort. Book your adventure today at lakelawnresort.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, your siding, your windows, or your bath project during the fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
Mom, when are you going to stop squeezing that tray of pigs in a blanket, crock-pot queso, and vat of chili onto that tiny countertop?
Abby, we just turned our kitchen and dining room into a massive 15-person island.
Wait, doesn't Buckley, the Chicago fan, make our friend group 16?
Here at PCI, we've been remodeling residential and commercial spaces for over 21 years. From bigger countertops to open layouts, we build spaces ready for every season's biggest game.
Get your home game day ready with PCI. Visit professionalconstructioninc.com.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime.
The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Jacobs is the running back on a 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Off the fake, pass caught, touchdown, Green Bay, Romeo Dobbs. Give it to him again, and into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Packers.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Give it to him again, and into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Packers. From the 8 to the outside, wide open touchdown, Tucker Kraft.
As y'all seen against Baltimore Buffalo, you got a quarterback damn near have a perfect game, but still lose because guess what? The defense gave up what, 40 points? So defense won championship.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Now live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
It is a Victory Friday. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. I feel like you're more positive on this Victory Friday than you were on Victory Monday, Chewy. Is that just because that was Monday and today's Friday?
What do you think? Huh?
Did Blammer come over yesterday?
A little bit. About a half a cup. He had to give me his analysis of the game. And then I asked him, he's like, that Crosby they traded for? I'm like, bro, he plays for the Raiders. His name is Parsons. Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. Pour me another one, bro. Speaking of
we might
having a few beverages, hold on. Speaking of having a few beverages, who the hell's Jason and Craig? What are we doing here? Who were both at the game?
So
you get a little juicy?
Well, I know Jason wasn't because he doesn't drink and he was up late. I believe he joined the post-game show around midnight.
Yeah.
And because of our unique setup with Unsportsman gracing us with our presence, we have to do it different ways than we normally would, and that seems to have caused a little backup. Craig, I think he's just going about his day, probably has to take his daughter to school, all that stuff.
He drove
Plus,
back
I mean, all the people
night.
are in town. Like all the higher ups
Yeah.
in the company are in town, Chew. So we might just get ignored here on this El Presidente Friday.
Yeah, that's fine.
We can take this. The Packers look like Super Bowl contenders.
How about this? Because the crowd chanting, "Thank you, Jerry." Hilarious. Fantastic.
The
Love
best.
it. Because Jerry, right? Well, hey, Micah Parsons. You can't stop the run if you have Micah Parsons, so I had to trade Micah Parsons away to get Kenny Clark in there. The Packers have allowed 97 rushing yards on 41 carries through 2 games.
Yeah.
Is that pretty good? Is that pretty good rushing
that's-
defense?
That'll probably be top 5.
Yards per carry yesterday, sub 3, 2.7.
2.7.
I mean, if Jerry's excuse was he didn't want to pay 3 players,
Yeah.
$150 million.
Yep.
I don't think you pay CD Lamb You definitely pay Micah Parsons. Am I right?
Yes, the order of operations was wrong.
Yeah.
I think that's a situation where you evaluate, hey, I understand that CeeDee Lamb's up first, but maybe which one's more important to my team?
Yeah. No, I agree. Thank you, Jerry. That was actually when did they do that? Fourth quarter?
No, so Micah joined the Amazon broadcast after, and fans stayed there.
Just off the sideline.
Yeah, the fans stayed there and joined their set, and that was how they started the interview with him, with the fans chanting, "Thank you, Jerry." And let me tell you, Micah wasn't trying to get them to stop. He was certainly taking part in it as well. Because I mean, imagine how much better life is for him. In terms of the football team that he's competing with. Like, he's looking around, and I mean, he said also in that quote, defense wins championships. That's what he's thinking about. He hasn't felt this way in Dallas, and the one time they did, the Packers came in and blew the doors off them, made them look embarrassing.
I really think he likes the small town feel because Green Bay, it's a lot like State College. Have you guys ever been to State College?
He said that.
I never have. I just know it's impossible to get to.
It used to be worse. We used to have to fly in about an hour and a half away because I think I played there 3 times. Now at least you can fly right in there. I'm talking as a team. Yeah. But it has the same kind of small town feel to it where the only thing that matters in State College is Penn State football. Just like Green Bay.
Mm-hmm. Well, and it's one of those situations, Chew, where – and again, winning kind of cures all, and it kind of, if there are any underlying issues, it all kind of covers it up. So we're only 2 games in. But the big question for Micah was, is he going to fit into that? Like, he seems to enjoy the things that he can do in Dallas, having his podcast, having this big personality. And he admitted, hey, I'm a guy that's probably going to say some things sometimes that I shouldn't say. Like, he's been upfront about that, and he hasn't put his foot in his mouth yet. He still might. You know, he might. I know some people weren't a fan of him calling out the trick plays thing going into last week's game against Detroit. But he's put the podcast to the side. He's like, it's just all about ball here. Let's dive into this and let's be a part of this. It's a situation where the Packers have been able to cultivate a good culture, and he has just fit right in. And again, winning also is always going to cure that, but he's a big part of buying into the culture, buying into the team, what they want to do, and it's part of why they've looked as good as they have through 2 weeks.
That's weird regarding something you might say on the radio. Sounds a little bit familiar from time to time.
What? What are you trying to take credit for now?
As I say, I think he's doing some self-evaluation.
Yes. You didn't get it? Huh?
No.
Did you watch the whole game?
I did.
Okay.
Are you testing him?
I'm just asking.
Did you watch the whole game?
No.
What do you think?
Do we want to play this game?
Yeah. Can we play? Let's play this game.
I shut it down when it was in hand.
That could mean
7-0?
literally anything. Did you see 8 minutes left in the second quarter?
Yes.
Wow. Did you make it half?
Define half. I didn't make it past half, but I made it to half.
Yeah, you saw halftime.
You saw the missed field goal from McManus.
Yes.
Don't get me started.
What's the big deal? Huh?
I heard how great he was, barely missing any kicks, and he goes and dunks one.
But he drilled one from 56 later. Like, he missed one from 52. It's going to happen.
We don't respect kickers here. That's a thing I'll stand on forever.
Well, I don't think they respect kickers anywhere. To be fair.
I mean, it could have been worse. Matt Gabe missed 2.
Never trust a kicker. That's all I'm going to say.
I also thought Lafleur called a very good game. That was a nice little twist, and I've never seen that to Tucker Kraft, where they clear it out in front of him and loop right behind him. That is that's a scheme open.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was
and that was out of a 3 tight end set shoe. That was out of 3 tight ends. 3 tight ends were on the field. Sounds like a play that you're keen on maybe breaking down next week before you take off for Europe.
Let's take a look at that. I'm not going to lie, I was a little jealous. I was like, where was this stuff when I played? There was no scheming opening for me.
Do you think you get 57 on that catch?
I get a 7. 17, 27, I don't know, 57. But he looked good.
He's somebody, Chew, that he had a quiet camp, right? And we knew all offseason it was something that the Packers talked about. Yeah, we want to get him more involved. And last night I was curious if they could get him more involved because of the offensive line. A lot of times last year, when Tucker Kraft was brought up, yeah, we'd like to use him more, but we just kind of use him to chip a little bit. Even though we thought the offensive line was playing well, there were times where Matt Lafleur was frustrated with his offensive line. So I thought, okay, 2 offensive linemen who did not start last week have to start this week. And one of them's a right tackle that with Kennard, who knows what he's going to be, might have to chip a little bit more. And that certainly wasn't the case for Tucker Kraft last night. Like even if he had to do some of that, he was getting out into routes. And I mean, he led the team in targets. Had 7 targets. I mean, he had 7. Wicks had 6. Dobbs had 5. Like he still was obviously a very heavy part of the game plan yesterday.
You know what though? I jumped the gun and I thought about it a little last night because I really don't know what the cap. How is this going to affect? But they got some guys that are going to have to pay. And if Tucker Kraft keeps trending the way he is, especially with the Kittle injury, he makes a Pro Bowl. They can't afford all these guys, Gabe. That's why this year is so important for them to really make a run at it. Because when you're talking next year, Devontae Wyatt, Quay, I mean, we all assume Dobbs will be gone.
I think Dobbs is gone. I think the decision's been made on Quay.
What about Wyatt, who played pretty well last night, had half of a sack?
I guess
you know
it all depends upon.
I mean, Tucker Kraft.
It depends upon what the number is for Wyatt. You know, it depends upon what that number.
Well, he's interior D lineman, which are hard to find, so it's going to be bigger than you think, and that's the reason why they optioned him and didn't option Clay. But I mean, Tucker Kraft keeps trending like this. What's the top tight end in the league make? 20-something million?
It's a great question.
You know what I mean? It's just like. Yeah. I know it's jumping the gun, but all I'm saying is that this is when you have a Super Bowl caliber team, man, and you're going to have cap problems down the road because there are 3 guys making a lot of money. You got to capitalize in years like this when it's really between right now. I know it's 2 games, but when it's between you and another team fighting for that number 1 spot.
I would say this year and next year, because even for a guy like Tucker Kraft, he's got this year and next year left on the contract. Yeah, you have some decisions that you have to make this offseason. You brought up some of those guys, but I feel like those aren't the guys that you're necessarily going to be breaking the bank for. Like Romeo Dobbs. Again, it depends upon Wyatt. Quay, the second you traded for Marca, I felt like Quay was going to have to be one of those guys that even though they said, hey, we want to sign him to an extension – he probably ends up being one of those casualties because you feel good at that position already with Cooper and what he brings to the table. He's led the team in tackles the last 2 weeks. It seems like Tyron Hopper's developing. So, unfortunately, those are the decisions you have to make. I'm sure you guys had some decisions you had to make.
We did.
Because your team had a lot of guys.
Yeah. And then Keyshawn, what's his contract situation? Because if he keeps playing the way he does, he's going to be considered one of the top corners, and corners get paid, you know? That's why this year is so important. So important.
So Keyshawn, I think Keyshawn's got this year and next left on the deal that he signed last year.
And Gabe, do you really want Tucker Kraft getting to free agency?
No.
It's a conversation you're going to have this offseason.
Yeah.
But I mean, Tucker's not going to sign any sort of deal after the game he had last night. I think Tucker lets the
and he
season
won't
play
sign
off.
this year. It would be
this offseason.
It would be a Zach Tom type of thing.
He seems like the type of player, not only from ability, obviously we've had high hopes for him and he's delivered many times, but also from like mentality and work ethic. The amount Matt Lafleur talks about him and not what he's actually doing on the field, but what he means is like from a leadership sense and from a he shows up, he goes to work, and he does it the right way. That's also one of those guys I think the Packers want to keep around.
You think they're going to be able to use the Zach Tom negotiating strategy? Well, we don't know if Kraft's the starter. He's going to have to compete for that job next year.
No,
I don't think banana in the tailpipe's going to work.
Yeah, no, I don't think telling a guy, hey, I know we haven't used you a lot, but every time we do it works out really well is going to work in their favor.
Yeah.
maybe this is prisoner of the moment, which I know they talk about a lot on Wilde and Tausch. I would pay Kraft before I'd pay any of the receivers.
I would agree.
Yes.
I would agree. But then you're going to have the question, Gabe, what do you do with Reed?
Yeah.
Because he's in Kraft's draft class, right? He's 3?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. This is his 3rd year.
So.
I think you want to pay him.
You want to pay him?
Yeah, you obviously don't want to pay him top receiver money, but he seemed to have taken a step where, I mean, even downfield these first 2 games, I've been impressed with his ability.
I mean, if Watson's, what did he sign for, 13?
13.
Yeah.
Projecting forward, Reed is a what?
15, 17?
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to pay that.
Just, huh?
I don't know if I want to pay that for a slot receiver.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why this year's so important. We got all our
if
horses.
If Reed would have been able to stay healthy and take a step and go, oh yeah, by the way, I can still play outside. I can beat man coverage. Then maybe we can talk. Okay, maybe I pay him 15, 17. But
I mean, this is the dark part of the business, but missing significant time like this is going to come at a discount for them.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want guys getting injured, but there is a benefit sometimes to the injury.
It's all up to Reed if he wants to accept that or if he wants to go, I'm going to bet on myself in the final year. Yeah. That's a lot of things to still dive into. It's a Victory Friday. I'm giddy, man. I am giddy about this team. Hopefully you are as well. We'll get to more of your texts on the Carbless Talk and Text line coming up next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
It's been a tough morning. Yeah, we've got visibility not so great. We do have a crash on northbound 43. They did say that the right lane is blocked, but I'm looking at the traffic now heading through that area. It does not look like there's a delay, so they may have cleared it off the freeway. On the southbound side, backing up just south of Good Hope Road down to Hampton. More delays from Capitol Drive down to Locust. Southbound 41, heavy from just before Silver Spring down past Capitol Drive. And the northbound side backing up from Mayfair Road up towards Burleigh. Westbound 94 got delays from 27th to Mitchell Boulevard and then from the zoo into Waukesha County to about Elm Grove Road. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, a dense fog advisory until 10 today. Eventually that'll burn off and it'll become mostly sunny with a high of 76. Tonight, chance of showers and storms, mostly cloudy, a low of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
This is Kevin Moret from Mentality. Every day is a silent competition, and with testosterone dropping 1% annually, you're fighting an uphill battle. Your colleagues notice when you lose your edge, your partner senses when your confidence wavers, and without addressing low T, you're set up to fail. No willpower can overcome this hormonal deficit. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments have shown a 30% increase in testosterone levels. Don't let low T define you. Reclaim your power at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S. And they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit lakelandsupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
Summertime is the time for all the big events. Weddings, milestone birthdays, even corporate events. Elevate every event with Noble Catering, a premier craft caterer in southeastern Wisconsin, preferred by over 30 venues. Noble Catering is also the exclusive caterer of Villa Terrace, an east side event treasure. And coming in 2026, Noble's new headquarters, a 400-person event venue in the heart of Bayview called Brixton's Turn. Book them for your event at noblecateringco.com.
Two perennial women's college volleyball powers meet Wednesday, September 17th at Pfizer Forum. Be there as Marquette and Wisconsin take the court. The last time they played in 2023, over 17,000 fans attended the match. Make plans now to see these in-state rivals on Wednesday, September 17th, starting at 8 p.m. Limited tickets remain. Don't wait. Go to Ticketmaster.com/Marquette and secure your seats for college volleyball action at Pfizer Forum.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Thesaurus
What's a click below dumb?
You. No.
Whoa.
That's fine. No, that's what I was getting
Good
at.
pop. Good pop.
I know.
Unnecessary.
I'm not dumb. I'm one click below dumb. We need to find out what that word is.
Don't you want to be one click above dumb?
Oh, that's right. I'm one click above.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Oh, make me over. I'm all I wanna be.
You know what makes me happy? A Packer win and my wife being happy. That's why I go to the Jewelry Center. Let's be honest, most guys don't have a clue when it comes to buying jewelry. Gabe's one of the smart ones, got the engagement ring and the wedding bands from the Jewelry Center for his wedding in 2022. They also do in-house repairs for watches and other fine jewelry like my championship ring. When it needs work, I know where I'll be taking it to the Jewelry Center. They have 3 locations to stop into: Greenfield, Brookfield, and Burlington. My wife can't tog along. She can look through all the mini styles of diamonds and other fine cuts online at shoptjc.com. I'm living proof. Happy wife, happy life. The Jewelry Center will make it happen. Brookfield, Greenfield, and Burlington, and online at shoptjc.com.
Question here on the Cardinals Talking text line, 800-990-3776. So good to have that number back, too. Just be able to rattle that off. Does Reed's injury open the door for a Dobbs extension if he plays well? I still think that's a no. I just can't imagine what Dobbs would have to do, Chew, in order for the Packers to go, yeah, we want to extend this guy, especially after they extended Watson. I can't imagine that that's somebody that they're going to invest more time and money, significant money into, given some of the guys they've already elected to pay.
Yeah, you can't keep everyone on a team like this. He would have to have a monster year, over 1,000 yards receiving, a bunch of catches in order for him to stay. But, I mean, then you got to choose. Then you'd probably have to let Reed go, and you'd probably have to let Wicks go. You know, I mean, even Wicks, who started off pretty well, is he better? He's better than MVS, right?
Wicks?
Yes.
No.
What? No, I'm talking MVS when he was with the Packers.
I think they're different players.
They're different players, but like I feel like we really end up underestimating MVS.
When he was with the Packers?
Yeah.
Why?
Because we had Devontae. So he had, in his time in Green Bay, he had a 690-yard season with 6 touchdowns in 2020.
Yeah.
Dontavian Wicks hasn't gotten close to that. He had 581 yards as a rookie. When he was healthy and playing 16 games, Dontavian hasn't gotten to those numbers, and teams will pay for speed. MVS has speed and spades. It's why it's the reason why that's why Marquez Valdes-Scantling is still around in this league. I as much as I like Dontavian Wicks, he has not put up anything near an MVS season. In his 2 years,
he's off to a good start, though. I mean, how many grabs has he got? 7 through 2?
Wicks?
Yeah.
He has 6 catches for 74 yards through 2 games.
Okay. I mean, he has value.
Yeah, he does. I mean, he had so he did have 581 yards as a rookie, but then only had 415 last year.
Yeah. Well, with a ton of
I'm not saying there's not value there. Like, there certainly is, Chew, but I also think we underestimate Marquez Valdes-Scantling and the speed in which he possesses, which is why teams are willing to pay that, which is why probably the Packers are willing to give the $13 million number to Christian Watson because he has that speed. Right? Like, you're backfilling that position with Savion Williams and Matthew Golden. It just becomes a position where you have to probably be pretty special in order for the Packers to go, yeah, we're going to invest more money into you than the number we're currently paying you in order to make anything work.
Well, not that there's a pecking order when it comes to these receivers, but he's going to be the third receiver next week with Reed down. Correct?
Wicks?
Yes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Do you have the breakdown of the amount of snaps they played last night?
I can pull it up.
But it kind of felt like everyone got a good splash of plays.
Yeah. I do not have it in front of me, but I can certainly effort and be able to pull that up.
Well, just, and Goody's probably, because Goody's always, or he should be 6 steps ahead right now when it comes to the roster.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he's had discussions of like, all right,
but how many guys, Chew, are going to take I mean, I know we just saw the one, and I think it's different because he's starting the season on PUP. How many guys, but it's just a 1-year deal. Like, how many guys are actually going to take a team-friendly deal, let's call it, at this point in the season, now that the season's already started?
They're not. But, Gabe, we talked about it. We have a 3-year window with Micah Parsons, correct?
Yes.
Because that 4th year, the cap accelerates to $68 million, which there's no way they're going to pay. Mm-hmm. And they'll be up against it a little bit. So you got to kind of project, who's going to – and I know for the front office, this is how the front office works. Like I said, they're always 6 steps ahead of the team. The team's focus is this year and this year only. But as a GM, as a money guy, Russ Ball, they have to project forward. That's all I'm saying.
So the breakdown for wide receivers yesterday, Chew. Dobbs played 50 snaps. Golden played 40. Wicks 37. Heath 22. Williams 11. And then obviously Jaden Reed, who got injured on the first drive, played 5.
Yeah.
So Dobbs and Golden were the top 2. And then it fell to Wicks and Heath.
Okay. Still committee.
Yeah. And Dobbs, again, has been the leading guy in snaps through the first couple of weeks for the Packers. Jason Wilde, he was at Lambeau. We talked to him. Coming up next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Hey, ESPN Milwaukee listeners, Josh DiMaggio here from my friends at One-Up Parlay, my favorite daily fantasy app with the absolute largest payouts on parlays. You've heard me talk about them before, but with football season here, it is time to play. This Sunday, I'm looking at the Seahawks plus 3.5, Christian McCaffrey over 4.5 receptions with Brock Purdy injured, Brian Thomas to score a touchdown, and the Lions to absolutely take it to the Bears minus 6.5 points. Here's what you should do. Download the One Parlay app, click around, and when you decide to upload money to play and get into the action, use promo code JGC for a 100% deposit match. That's code JGC. You can do that for up to $250. Download the Wanna Parlay app, use promo code JGC, and let's play the world's richest parlay today. You must be 18 years or older to play. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER today.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Backups along southbound 41, starting from Silver Spring all the way down past Capitol Drive, northbound slowing just before Mayfair Road up towards Burleigh, southbound on 43 backing up from just before Capitol Drive down to Locust, eastbound 94, watch for delays from about 70th Street all the way through to 35th Street. Traffic is brought to you by Racine Danish Kringles. Football season is here. Add Kringle to your tailgate and make your guest day. Order at kringle.com or call 1-800-4DANISH. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast, a dense fog advisory until 10 today. Should burn off throughout the day, becoming mostly sunny, a high of 76 tonight. Chance for showers or storms, mostly cloudy, a low of 63. Weather is brought to you by Lake Lawn Resorts Majestic Oaks Golf Course. Tee off at Lake Lawn Resorts Majestic Oaks Golf Course, 18 holes, lakeside in Delavan. Whether you're a pro or just starting, it's the perfect course. Book your tee time today at lakelawnresort.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
The Packers got a huge primetime win as they took down the Washington Commanders 27-18 on Thursday night. Tucker Kraft was the story for the Green and Gold offense as he had 6 catches for 124 yards and a touchdown. Here's what head coach Matt Lafleur had to say about his tight end's big game.
He's a guy that approaches the game the right way. I can't say enough great things about Tuck, but it's not only on the football field, it's every facet of life, I would say, and he's a real leader for us.
The Green and Gold will take the weekend off before prepping to head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.
This has been your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Do you want to bank without the fuss? For easy banking, rely on us. In person, online, or with the Tri-City app. Your banking can be done just like that. Tri-City National Bank. Member FDIC.
Hey ESPN Milwaukee fans, Brian Balaga here for Surfside. Summer is heating up, and there's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka to break the heat. Made with real brewed tea and real vodka, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy no matter what your plans are this weekend. Look for the can with the sunset stripes, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Hi, I'm Jim Frucci, Managing Partner and PGA Professional at Morningstar Golfers Club, and I'd like to personally invite you to play your next round of golf at Morningstar. Lush green fairways, velvet smooth greens, magnificent vistas from high above our championship golf course. Morningstar was created with the serious golfer in mind, and it continues to be the public course by which all other area public courses are measured. Book your tee time today and reserve a spot on our membership wait list. Come out and see what all of Southeast Wisconsin's been talking about. Hey, you played the rest. Now play the best.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
Cold plunges, better sleep, a gym buddy. How do you know what has the biggest impact for an active body and mind? With BetterHelp, you can talk with real, qualified therapists, not AI. With a 4.9-star rating, BetterHelp understands mental wellness shouldn't be tougher than a workout. Their therapists can figure out what's best for you. And yeah, it might involve a cold plunge. Visit BetterHelp.com, code TIMEOUT for 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com, code TIMEOUT.
Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Ready, down, put.
All Packers, all the time.
He was a field-tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that this guy's on the field, he changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt Lafleur soft all the time. Matt Lafleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Brought to you by Exterior Pros. Ready to tackle your home improvement project this year? Exterior Pros and Baths is here to help you score big with quality home exterior and shower upgrades. Visit extpros.com. Also brought to you by Lakeland Supply. Lakeland Supply is in business to make your business better. Set up a free packaging and supply chain assessment at lakelandsupply.com.
He is our friend. He is our teammate. He is Jason Wilde. He joins us 3 times a week on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Joining us on a Victory Friday, a little bit later than normal, but we still appreciate you jumping on. Good morning, Jason.
Hello, la la la.
Oh, I thought
That was
you were
good.
going to have something.
Yeah, not my best work. I'm working on limited sleep, and yeah, if you guys are gonna mess around with the schedule, Josh texts me when I'm still sleeping, so I wake up and I set my alarm because I was gonna sleep in this morning right up until my appearance, and I'm like, it's like 7:25, and I'm like, God, they're really behind schedule, and then I look at my text messages, and I'm like, oh, okay, apparently we've got some technical difficulties again, so. I'm just happy that I'm able to talk to you this morning.
We thought you might have thought it was daylight savings. So honest mistake.
No, this is all. Believe me, I'm like Tausch likes to say, Trumaning up. The buck stops here. No, this is all your fault, you guys. I'm not taking any blame.
That's fair. Hey, we'll wear it. We'll wear it, Jason. But I want to start with the atmosphere inside Lambeau Field. 2 games within 5 days. The Packers' defense is dominant. We talked about yesterday on Green Bay Game Day about the atmosphere with Micah Parsons, Game 1. What was the atmosphere like last night at Lambeau Field? Was the energy level just as high?
Yeah, similar for sure. I mean, Matt Lafleur, I want to, as a former, I think my brother still has the tickets, although I'm pretty sure he sells a lot of them. As a former gold package ticket holder, or at least the person in our family who paid for them while he was covering the team, I appreciate Matt Lafleur giving the gold package a nice shout-out last night after the game, saying it was the best crowd that they've had for a gold package game. With the whiteout, you could tell where the Washington Commanders fans were, and there were a hell of a lot fewer of them than there were folks in Honolulu blue 5 days earlier. It was a great crowd, and look, obviously they didn't introduce Micah Parsons last night. I saw a great video from, I think it was just from Amazon Prime, of him when everyone else runs out that's not being introduced because they introduced the offense. They all are sprinting, and he's like taking this leisurely stroll, just sort of taking it all in, which was pretty cool. So, yeah, the crowd was great. They obviously had a lot to cheer for, and Chewy knows this, although I do at some point want to get into the fact that Homer got after me for suggesting once again that Tucker Kraft is a new age Chewy, and he basically said I'm an idiot for thinking that Tucker Kraft or that Chewy is still better than Tucker Kraft at this point. Tucker Kraft's clearly better than Chewy ever was, and I'm not thrilled with that until Chewy says no, he's right. But what I thought was interesting was when you have a defense that's playing as well as these guys are. And obviously, the '96 team, they were the number 1 defense in the league and the number 1 offense in the league. Everything changes. Like, people are just so much more riled up, and the engine is running so much hotter, as opposed to some of those Rodgers teams, like the 11 team, where the offense was going to put up 40, but the defense was probably going to allow 30-some. And you're not at the same fever pitch because you're riding the roller coaster of, woo, this offense is awesome. Oh, now the defense gave up another score.
Jason, is Jaden Reed's injury going to require surgery?
That's a great question. I have not been able to get a hold of him. I saw he posted that I'll be back, but I don't know. I'm guessing, and I'm purely guessing here, based on how, because you guys know this, Lafleur doesn't give out injury information after games. I haven't talked to Flea yet or whatever, and so I tried a new technique. I don't know if you guys heard this, but I said to him, Matt, let me save you the trouble of your usual answer of anytime a player leaves a game and isn't able to return, it's a concern. But how much of a concern is, and he actually cut me off. Which is not a bad technique, given how long my questions have been known to be. And he said, yeah, he's going to miss a lot of time. And then he told us flat out he broke his collarbone. And I saw Charles Woodson had... I'm sorry, go ahead.
How long was Rodgers out when he broke it in Minnesota?
All right, so in 17, I think he missed 7 games. I have not looked that up. obviously in 13, that was back when we were still doing the radio show, and every week we were talking about games that he wasn't able to play in, and then we were playing this ridiculous game of could this be the week that you're back, which it never actually was going to be, and he came back for the finale. So again, I don't know how that changes when you're a wide receiver, and I don't want this to sound like the glass is half full, but I still think, he's a super tough dude, right? Like, you spend some time around him, and he talks about, before his mom got him out of the hard scrabble portion of Chicago and moved him out to the suburbs, and losing his father, he's a tough dude. I really like him. I really like what he's made of. But, learning about the Jones fracture in his foot and the idea of him continuing to play on that, I'm not saying you want to break your collarbone to force you to let your Jones fracture in your foot heal, but maybe he can miss time now and have both things come back and be, because look at him last year down the stretch, right? He disappeared because he was banged up, he was dealing with all kinds of stuff, and then he tore his labrum in the playoff game when he got walloped in that same right shoulder. So maybe this is the inverse of last year, and you get him back healthy for the stretch run, and he's telling Gabe, hey, look at how much of a difference maker I am for this team.
How impressed were you with Jordan Love last night?
Look, again, he's playing really well, so I hate saying this, but Jordan said it, which is, again, one of the reasons why I really like covering him as opposed to, maybe the two great quarterbacks that I had in my tenure previously who had a tendency on the public side not to take a whole lot of responsibility when they don't play great. He's like, look, we can't have these lulls, right? That's 2 games in a row. And look, I am not in that group. My thought process is, hey, these dudes get paid too, right? They're going to win some. But the offense, there is definitely a feeling in talking to multiple guys, including him last night, there is definitely a feeling of, God, we're leaving a lot on the table. Our defense is really good, so it doesn't really matter, but we're leaving a lot on the table. And last night, the difference for him, I think, in my opinion, was he put the ball in harm's way twice against Detroit, and he didn't do that at all last night.
Jason, through 2 games, take Micah Parsons off the table. Who surprised you the most?
Ooh, good question. From a defensive perspective, and again, this is going to sound weird because I've kind of been a proponent of this guy for a while, but even I was a skeptic of the idea of him being CB1. But Keyshawn Nixon was really blank and good last night. I mean, obviously it's a very late night and you're trying to cover all the bases on radio, TV, and in your writing. So I didn't get to research this, but I don't know. I'm guessing we probably have to go back to some early Jair Alexander or maybe even to some Tremont Williams to find a game in which a corner for the Green Bay Packers broke up 5 passes. I just thought he was fantastic, and I would have to acknowledge and confess that he's been better than I expected, even though, and Chewy, you know this from my time knowing you and other guys, the guys that impress me are the guys that not a lot is expected of when they start their careers, and they just keep at it and get to a point where they are really good players. And this is a guy who couldn't get on the field on defense when he was with the Raiders, gets here. They didn't even give him the kickoff return job at first. Then he's a great kickoff returner, all-pro. Then he's a nickel guy. Then he's a starter, outside corner, and now he's their top corner. I just have so much respect for guys that climb the ladder like that.
Jason, appreciate it, bud. Look forward to more of you and Tausch breaking it down in 15 minutes.
Yeah, in 15 minutes, not enough time to nap between talking to you knuckleheads and being back on the air. So I'm glad we found time for me, and I appreciate you both. Take care. Be good.
Jason Wilde joins us 3 times a week here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We're going to effort Craig Carmerson coming up next, but first, you can transform the way you do business with Fifth Third Bank's commercial payment solutions. Our market expertise and managed services streamline your entire payment process, seamlessly integrating with your existing systems to give you unparalleled control. Discover new revenue sources, save time, reduce operating costs, and boost your bottom line with our customized payment solutions. Fifth Third Bank National Association, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Brewers fans, if you want to hit a Potawatomi Sportsbook before a home game, they will help you with a ride to the game. 2 balls with 1 bat by hitching a ride on the Potawatomi Game Day Shuttle. Make any purchase in the sportsbook or same-day sports bet. You'll get a wristband and a seat on the shuttle. Shuttles begin 1 hour before first pitch. Return shuttles run nonstop for an hour after the game. For more information, you can visit Potawatomi.com. Bet above the rest at Potawatomi Casino Hotel.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga for Comfort Awnings. I reclaim my outdoor space by having Comfort Awnings install a motorized retractable awning so I can enjoy the sun and get relief when I need it. Sensors are also available that detect strong winds and rain to extend or retract your awning. They even protect against UV radiation so you can safely enjoy the outdoors. Family owned and located in Burlington, Comfort Awnings expertly installs custom awnings that fit your home and style. Right now, you can receive $250 off all awnings and screens. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com.
Thinking about buying or building a new home? Start with a mortgage pre-approval from Great Midwest Bank and experience a state of tranquility. At Great Midwest Bank, we offer fast approvals and flexible options with experienced loan officers who understand the local market, because they live here too. Whether you're breaking ground for new construction or buying that dream home just around the corner, we'll guide you every step of the way. Bank with confidence and start your journey at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
From kickoff to cash out, ESPN Bet has the tools you need to score more on game days. Bet smarter with stats at your fingertips. Get personalized parlays built just for you. And with your fantasy team synced right in the app, you can back your squad. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with promo code USL to get started. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Whoa! Jason Kelsey just found out that NFL Sunday Ticket now lets you subscribe month to month.
Yeah!
He just realized you can join and cancel anytime.
Ha-ha! Now that's what I'm talking about.
Now he just found $1 in the sofa.
Yeah!
And he just saw a great parking spot open up. Look, just because Jason's easily excited doesn't make NFL Sunday Ticket month to month any less great. Right, Jason?
Yeah.
Get NFL Sunday Ticket month to month and cancel anytime. Woo! Sign up at NFLSundayTicket.com. Renews every month during the 2025 regular season. Cancel anytime. Terms and embargoes apply. No refunds. Commercial use excluded.
Friday, of course, brought to you by Palermo's Pizza. Whatever brand you're looking for, if it's just a regular Palermo, Screamin' Sicilian, Connie's, Urban Pies, Stranger Things Pizza, Cheez-It Pizza, Ragu Pizza, all these different brands. Keep an eye out in your local grocer's frozen aisle. Palermo's Pizza, they've got your game day covered. Craig Karmazin, founder, CEO of Good Karma Brands, also host of Sunday Karma, joining us as he does every Friday. Good morning, Craig.
I heard Chewy talking about me earlier. Chewy, I had always said I was coming in at this time. I didn't know you guys weren't going to be here, but this was my time. This had nothing to do. I wasn't getting saucy last night. I'm reliable. I'm part of the Friday show.
There's only one problem with that. I don't run the board.
Yeah.
My guy thought you were coming on earlier, which is fine, but...
Who, Joshy?
Yeah.
I texted with Joshy on this days
not
ago.
The case. That is not the
Craig,
case, by
how
the way.
was the atmosphere? What time did you leave?
I left at 6:55 because I needed to get to Heartland, Wisconsin to pick up my daughter. So I was there for the whole pregame, and I was not in the game at all. Everybody else was at the game. The guy, I can't imagine why he is not, like, who do I think, knowing me, who do I think should be everybody's favorite Packer right now?
Well, that's obvious.
Who?
Micah Parsons.
No, he's been here 5 minutes, and he's awesome, and I love him, but he shouldn't be everyone's favorite Packer.
You going to say Rashawn Gary?
Yeah, are you going to say Rashawn Gary?
No. I mean, I know on this show, like, it's like he's like the worst player in the history of the NFL. As is Brandon McManus for Josh, because he missed one field goal in his entire Packers career. Somehow he's like a bad player.
Get him out of here.
Yeah. No,
right,
Jaden Reed. Like, are you guys kidding me? Like, this guy who's like early in his career, who's going to have a contract coming up, he's literally playing through a broken foot. Like, and you think about the toughness, and Chewy, you want to talk about athletes of different eras and all this. What Jaden Reed is doing right now, I don't know if there's anything you can compare it to. And I feel like that sets the tone for like such an unselfish team tough approach that this team has.
Yeah, but he can't be a favorite player if he's going to be out for the next 8 games.
Dude, come on. The fact that he tried to play through all of this.
No, I love his toughness.
I mean, that's like from another era, right? I mean, that's an injury that Max Strus has from the Cleveland Cavaliers, that he's out 3 months. And that's before he gets evaluated. And Jaden Reed's playing NFL football with that injury. I mean, this is a tough football team. And it's rare that you'd say these days, right? You talk about the prima donna wide receivers. The Packers are built differently than other teams. And I think part of it is guys like Jaden Reed that is not, to me, going as appreciated as it should.
Talking with Craig Karmazin, as we do each and every Friday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. What did you think of the atmosphere then just inside? Because it just feels like, to me, there's a different energy around this team that I haven't felt in a long time. Did you feel that energy while you were at the Tundra Trio?
That's so funny you say that. That was like the question you guys were asking about a month and a half ago, right? About the Brewers. Like, does it feel differently this year? And the answer is, of course it feels differently this year, because this is not, it's what Chewy said, but I don't want to take it to the negative of like the window's closed because guys are going to need money. But no, this is the first time in the Jordan Love era that this team feels like they're legitimately like a Super Bowl contending team. Like 2 years ago, it just snuck up on us and it was such a magical ride in the postseason. But this is back to what it was for the previous 25 years, where we're competing for a Super Bowl and we're showing up expecting to be better than a playoff team. And they were clearly better last night, right? Like there was no doubt who was the better team last night. And for that to be the case against the Lions and the Commanders, I mean, it's setting up to be where the Packers are with that small group of teams, that 4 or 5, I won't even say 6, 7 teams. Right now, they look like they're in that top 4 or 5 teams.
No, the only reason I say that, Craig, and I'm projecting forward in 3 years, their window, would you agree their window's wide open right now? You could see, I know it's only been 2 games, but the window seems to be really open, where Detroit, I know it's only 1 game that they played, theirs seems to be closing a little bit. And we saw it with San Francisco when their window is wide open.
By the way, that's
theirs
fair,
is closing. All I'm saying
San
is you have to
Francisco's-
take advantage when this window is wide open.
San Francisco's closed, and I don't know if it's closed, but if it is, San Francisco's closed so much quicker than I would have thought. So, Chewy, that is a great point. Like, you don't like what we had when you have Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, where it seems like the window's open for like a decade. Like, I think we don't know what Jordan Love is, right? Because if Jordan Love, not to say he has to be Pat Mahomes, but if he's closer to Patrick Mahomes, right, then the Chiefs' window stays open even when they lose players. No matter what happens, the window stays open. But if Jordan Love's going to be an above-average quarterback, then you're right. The window, opens and closes. And so I think that we still don't know, because I think Jordan Love's still ascending. So I think a big part of that is what Jordan Love is. But to me, I'm with Gabe. It's 2-3 years that this window is going to be open at least. And this team is getting better, right? Like, there's no reason to think, right? With only 2 guys on the roster, 30 years or older, there's no reason to think that throughout this season that this team should not get better and better.
Craig, we appreciate the time. Look forward to talking to you next Friday. You going to be on Sunday Karma this Sunday?
Absolutely, as I am every week.
Yes, every
I'll
week.
meet you there.
Chewy said when he left the show 4 years ago that he still sees himself popping by from time to time.
Craig, that was 6 years ago that he left the show.
Yeah, and he has not stopped by once.
It may happen.
To the surprise of no one. Craig, appreciate it. Talk to you next Friday.
All right, thanks, guys.
Victory Friday rolls on with Wilde and Tausch coming up next here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, 94.5 ESPN.
Southbound 41 backing up just a little bit south of Silver Spring down past Capitol Drive, northbound slowing down from Mayfair Road up towards Burleigh. For the most part, we're looking pretty good around the rest of the system. The only issue that we've got really is on 45 southbound in Racine County. Right at Highway K, we've got, a closure right there on the southbound side. That's all because of a crash. Traffic is brought to you by Racine Danish Kringles. Football season is here. Add Kringle to your tailgate and make your guest day. Order at kringle.com or call 1-800-4DANISH. And check in the TMJ4 Storm King forecast. A dense fog advisory sticks around until 10 today. After that, it'll burn off, becoming mostly sunny, a high of 76. Tonight, chance of showers or storms, a low of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Loziga on 94.5 ESPN.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and the Pickler Menominee Falls is now open. Your home for pickleball. 9 premium indoor courts with unlimited play, leagues, tournaments, and clinics all included in your membership. Sign up today for open play spots or check out Learn to Play sessions and clinics. Members get 4 clinics a month in